I find that teachers and students don't have a very organized drive. And so I'm just going to take you through the steps of how to create folders and make your drive a little bit more organized. So over here, I'm going to click on my waffle here, and I'm going to go to my drive. Now you'll notice that I have many folders created, but more often than not when I'm working with teachers and students, I find that their documents are kind of just floating around in this area and not everything is organized. So I'm going to take you through the steps to create folders and kind of move your documents into that. Up over here, we have our new area. And when we click on new, it gives us the option if we want to create a new folder or create a new docs or sheets, slides, and so on. So in this case, I'm going to go over here to create a new folder. And I've been doing this recently with my students too, because I find that each year everything kind of gets thrown into one area. And they're using Google more often now, so they need to kind of keep an organized way from year to year, keep their documents organized. So I'm going to create this folder. Let's just call this grade 5, 2018-19. Okay, and I'm going to go to create. Now, once the folder is created, over here I have my grade 5, 2018-19. You'll see I also have a grade level folder for each of the grades I teach. But now I can go down to my documents here. So let's say, for example, I wanted this document put in that folder. I could do one of two things. I can select, right-click on it, and I could go to Move To. And when I click on Move To, I can then select where I want it to go. And in this case, I'm going to do my grade 5, 2018-19, and I'm going to move it here to this folder. Now, another way I could do it is if, for example, I wanted to move this document in, rather than having to right-click it and go through those steps, I can just take the document and drag it up to the folder that I want to add it to. Now, at any time, I can move things from folder to folder. I can, let's say, for example, my computer is thinking at the moment. Okay, so let's say, for example, there's something in this folder, my grade 4 folder. And maybe I wanted to take this document and move it to another folder. If I right-click on it, I can go to Move To, and it will give me this little back arrow here. Now, currently it's showing all my grade 4 documents, but if I go back, it will go back to my drive, and then I have access to all the other folders I created. And I can scroll down here and look for that grade 5, 2018-19 folder. I could see the other documents that are in there, and I could say that I want to move it here. Okay, and it will move that. So I'm going to go back to my drive here. Another thing that I could do with folders is create a subfolder. So for example, if I go to my grade 5, 2018-19, let me go inside there. And while I'm inside this folder, I could go over to New, and I could add a folder. My new folder is going to be called, maybe this will be my math folder. And I'm going to go to create. Now within my grade 5, 2018-19 folder, I've also created a math folder. I could create as many folders as I want within this folder. So maybe I want to make one for each of my subjects. And again, this would be helpful for both teachers and students to kind of organize themselves. All right, and let's say maybe I'm going to create one more folder. I'm going to name this Science, and I will go to create. So now within my grade 5, 2018-19 folder, I have 3 additional folders. Now I could say, okay, well, this one belongs with science. I could put that one there by dragging it in. I could do the same with this one. Maybe I want to move it over to math. And this one doesn't really apply to any of the folders I created, so I'm just going to leave that out. Okay, so now when I go into my science folder here, I have my animal research paper. All right, so I am within a folder in a folder. All right, so I'm going to go back to my drive. It's a little slow right now. And now I have, as you can see, I have lots of folders, and there are also some times where you could share your folders, and we'll get into that in another video. Hope you stay organized. Good luck.